The Summer is Not the Same. Written, illustrated, and narrated by Nathaniel Hockman. There once was a little girl by the name of Susie. She was going through a very sad time. School had let out for the summer and she was just in her bedroom feeling sad. It was a horrible feeling she had. She was in her bed. Susie wanted to be left alone. She knew it was coming when her mom yelled up, "Susie, it's time to eat." "I'm not even hungry," Susie replied. Susie was starving, but she had no desire to leave her bedroom at all. Her father shouted, "Breakfast for Susie." She finally got up, started walking towards the stairs, and grabbed the handrail. She began to walk down the stairs as slow as she possibly could. Susie sat down and ate her breakfast. She put her fork on her plate when she was finished and said, "I don't want to go to Grandpa's." Susie's mother replied, "Your Grandpa Wally misses you very much. He brags about you with his buddies all of the time." "What do you mean?" Susie interrupted. "He loves you very much, and he hasn't seen you since last summer. He's so proud of you." Susie was trying to pay attention, but all she could think about was her dog. She was a pug, and Susie called her Daisy. She was such a wonderful dog. Everyone loved Daisy. She lived a wonderful life. Susie and Daisy were best of friends. Susie's father noticed her just staring at her plate and said, "How about we stop for some ice cream on our way to Grandpa's house?" Susie hesitated to respond, and a few seconds went by. No words were spoken. She did not say a word, just a smile and a grin. Happy memories were coming back, just a smile and a grin. They all got in the car and drove down the road. When they parked in front of the ice cream shop and Susie received her cone, all she could think about was Daisy in her lap, sharing her cone with Daisy. She did not let it ruin her wonderful treat. She jumped in the car with a smile, and they all set their sails to Grandpa's. Susie stared out the window and saw her neighbor's pond. A few minutes later, she saw her favorite park. Lastly, she observed a familiar open field before she had enough, and softly laid her head on the seat and began to dream. When Susie had dreams, everything made more sense to her. All of the things she saw out the window were bringing back memories in her head, beautiful and happy memories. She dreamt about Daisy. Her thoughts were as beautiful as a rainbow. Susie loved Daisy more than anything else in the world. When she woke up from her adventure through time with Daisy, she was seated directly in front of her Grandpa Wally, and when her eyes opened, she was able to notice his great smile beaming towards her. She could not help but smile back. No matter how sad she had been, she loved her grandpa very much. Susie had no idea how happy she would feel until she was sitting in front of Wally. Susie knew her grandpa could help her. "Little Susie Q, how are you?" her grandpa said. "I've been sad," she replied. "Goodness no, my dear, what has been making you feel sad?" Wally asked. "I miss Daisy so much, Grandpa. Summer is not the same," she cried. Her Grandpa Wally asked her to listen carefully. Daisy lived an incredible life, and she was a very happy dog. Her best memories were with you. "How do you know?" Susie asked. "She told me," Wally replied. "Who did you have the best memories with, Daisy?" "I would have to say Susie," Daisy barked. He began to tell stories of when Daisy was a puppy and how much her mother and father loved Daisy too. "Before you were born, Susie, your mother and father used to play in the park with Daisy just like you used to. They had so many wonderful memories with Daisy. Just like you, Susie," Grandpa Wally said. Susie replied, "But I miss her so much. I miss her so much." His response was natural. "I understand how you feel. I miss your grandmother very much." Susie paused and asked a very powerful and sensitive question. "How did you feel better after Grandma died?" "I will never feel better about Grandma not being around anymore, and I miss her more than words can express. We had so many wonderful memories together. I was lucky to have her in my life. Your beautiful Grandma Marcella not being around anymore is just one thing. The memories we had together were endless. Always remember that you can't let one thing ruin everything. Our memories will be what keeps us going. You have to embrace those memories and smile. Always keep that smile. The end. It's not always easy giving a smile all the time to everyone that comes your way, but it should help you and also someone else to get through the day.